Angry guy here, and friend zone men are rejecting the women that didn't want them. Friend zone men are rejecting the women that didn't want them. Guys, help me get to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already did it. Hit the like button and turn on notifications to never miss another video again. And let's begin. So friend zone men are rejecting the women that did not want them. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
It's worse than Sunday scaries, Saturday scaries. I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years, literally like hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him. Like, you know, like when you're single at like 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, like this is a good guy. Yeah, no, this is what went down. First I messaged him, hey stranger. He said, sorry, who's this? I said, Leah Bars. And then when I said, well, I said Leah, haha. And then I said Bars. And then when I sent Bars, it didn't say delivered. So I was like, did he block me? So then I did this. I went to his Venmo and I sent him $1 and I said, did you block me? And then he unblocked me and said, what's up? This is random. And I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. My bad. He was like, I have a wife and kids now. Plot twist, my bad. He said, think you're a weirdo. I said, right back at ya. And then the conversation just ended and honestly woke up mortified. Simply mortified. So please stitch this with any other stories that you have that are similar or worse than this, so it makes me feel better about my...
She really thought he would be there waiting for her 8 years later? Really? This is unbelievable, and this is what modern women are struggling with, because due to social media and simps, they now believe that their options are endless, and there will always be a good guy waiting for them when they are ready to settle. But the reality is showing her something different. The lucky woman was the one who saw his value and decided to build a family with him. Now I wish this young lady good luck in her search for another good guy. I always delete women from my contacts or life when they break up with me. People always laughed at me for how hard about it I am. She made the choice. That's fine. I'm just enforcing her decision. It's worked out well for me. When women want to settle down with a good guy, they go through their list of men they've friend-zoned, hoping to get a man to settle down with. Nothing to do with love, of course. Every cell in the human body is replaced within 7 years, and yet she thought some part of him still wanted to catch up.
You know what's really amazing, guys? It illustrates how delusional and how low value women view men. Women, it doesn't matter how much money a man has. It doesn't matter how handsome he is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he really does or puts out there. Women in Western society view men as just a means to an end, as just a means of getting their bag. These women don't actually like men. I've said this before that she doesn't love you, you know, and she will never love you. She will never love you. She can love things about you. She can love the things that you can do for her. She can love things that you have, but she will never love you as a person. The only thing that women love, possibly unconditionally, are children and pets. And even then, that's not always the case. The only thing that a woman is ever truly loyal to are her emotions. And wherever the wind blows, her emotions will go. Women don't actually love men. They resent men because they need men. The men who are going overseas, walking away and becoming passport kings, they don't actually want these men. The reason why they're furious that these men are leaving is because they need these men. They need to have these men available so that after they've, had their back blown out by Chad and Tyrone as many times as they like, they can then dive into their book. Can you imagine years ago, men used to have a thing called a little black book, and now women are basically the opposite. Women are basically now doing exactly that, where they're keeping track of all the men that they had relationships with. They don't delete your number. They keep them around so that in the event that they want to get married or have children or whatever, they'll basically hit you up and say, okay, I choose you, Pokemon. I'm going to allow you to marry me, take care of me, subsidize my living, and you should be grateful because I chose you to be my simp. I chose you to be the guy who I'm going to use to build my life up off after a lifetime of bad decisions. Guys, imagine if a man hit up a woman who he stopped speaking to 8 years after they stopped speaking. Women would say, this is absolutely creepy. Why are you messaging me 8 years later? I thought it was pretty clear 8 years ago that we were not meant for each other and that I did not want to see you, speak to you, or have a relationship with you. So why would you do something like this? This is not cool. This is the reason why women don't feel safe. These are some of the arguments that they would make, and they would be all over social media putting hashtag M2 all over again, which they're going to be doing. This shows you the level of illogical behavior from women. When women do these things, they're rational in their minds. When men do these things, they're creepy. Do you see how terrible men are treated in Western society? And how women are bailed out of every bad decision that they make, and they explain away every irrational thing that they do? It's pretty unbelievable.
Time for her to start collecting the neighborhood stray cats. The phrase, hey stranger, is supposed to be used ironically. In her case, she actually was a stranger who meant nothing to the man. Clueless. LOL. It sounds like the guy wasn't even an ex-boyfriend. Seems like they just hooked up once or twice and then never spoke again. And she thought 8 years later he would still be around waiting for her? Like he didn't do anything with his life, but wait for her to hit him up again?
He literally tended to every single thing that I asked for and I needed. Every little detail
Really?
he picked up on. And that made me want him really bad. I was like, damn, like he pays attention. Like he really pays attention to every little thing.
Chris asked, did you smash?
I didn't.
You
No.
All right. And I guarantee there's guys that didn't pay attention to anything you do, and they fuck. So anyway,
In the long term, I would be more interested in the man that tried harder.
fantastic. But guess what? He's not going to get that long-term chance that he did everything right.
In a few years, when she is ready to settle, this is the type of man she will be looking for. They don't secure a good guy when he is available to them, and then they will make a video asking where they can find the same men they rejected years ago.
Now, think about this very carefully, guys. Why would any man want to be in a relationship with someone like this who doesn't genuinely even want to be with them? They don't like them. They don't like anything about them, and they would reject them and treat them poorly, even though they're the guys who treat them the best. The guys who do nothing for them, the guys who use them, the guys who break their hearts are the ones who get to blow their backs out. But the guys who are there, kind, compassionate, reasonable, mature, and would make good fathers, these are the men that they treat poorly. These are the men that they ignore. They will quickly text message Chad and Tyrone, Ray, Pookie, Enrique, Miguel, even Pancho, little Pancho, back very, very quickly, and then go hook up the same exact day. But when it comes to the good guys, the guys who are responsible, the guys that help keep society going, they won't even respond to these guys for days, weeks, months, sometimes even years. Look at this woman earlier. 8 years later, after she's now run out of options, after she's had her fun in the streets, she's now deciding that, okay, I choose you, Pokemon, to serve me, to allow me to extract your, to allow me to extract your wealth and resources so that I can survive. And I will allow you to gain from my presence Guys, be grateful for all the women who rejected you in your life. Be grateful for them saying, no, thank you. I don't want you. Because now they're rushing to find you. And that's why they're angry. That's why they're furious that the passport kings are leaving. These are men that they treated poorly for a long time. They all chased after the same top 5% of men. And here's the thing, psychologically, biologically, women only finding the top 5% of men signifies that these are women who no longer have the ability to pair bond with the typical man. This is a outright example, literally an indicator of the end of Western society for women, not for men, because men are the ones that are actually born with value. Men are born with the ability to create, think logically, reasonably, and create. These are things that men are born with. Women are good mimickers, but a man can protect himself. A man can provide for himself. A man can stand up to things that a woman simply cannot. A man has qualities and characteristics that a woman does not. And a man can do everything for himself, and a woman cannot. Men can work until they're well into their 70s if they take care of themselves. Many of the top CEOs in the world today are in their 70s now. Things have changed a lot since the 80s, where now it's becoming increasingly normal for a man in his 70s to basically just keep on working, keep on living. And it's becoming the expectation, especially with groups like Gen Z that are doing literally nothing. The idea of a man retiring at 70 right now is kind of ridiculous. What are you doing retiring at 70 years old? To go sit on some beach? That doesn't make any sense. If you're 70 years old and you're staying in shape, realistically, you should just keep on doing what makes you happy, what you are passionate about, creating and making value. And that will keep you young. Guys, friend zone men are rejecting these women, and who can actually blame them? Guys, help me get to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to my channel if you already haven't. Hit the like button and turn on notifications to never miss another video again. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed in this video. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.